Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a slightly late transport evening with Selezen. Um, yeah, I was going to do like an actual transport thing, like planes or cars or something like that. But then I kind of remembered that I've got a grudge. I've got a grudge to sort out with a game that kind of got my goat a couple of weeks ago on the tabletop stream when I was playing Blood Bowl 2 and was confounded and befuddled by this new rule that I was not aware of, because my Blood Bowl years were the 2nd edition and the rules for Blood Bowl 2 are based on 3rd edition, which introduced the turnover rule, which is, in my opinion, the worst rule for a sports game that I've ever seen in my life. Now, after I went a bit mental about it last week, I did actually go and do a little bit of research on it, and I looked up some of the stuff that people say online about it. And obviously the turnover rule itself does get a little bit of bad press amongst the gaming community, especially people that aren't particularly big on the Games Workshop products in general. Oh dear, my throat has gone a bit funny today, I do apologise. The reason being, the people who are kind of hardcore Games Workshop fans, who are a very vocal and very anti-noob bunch of people, are of the opinion that it's a turn-based war game, basically, which is fair enough. So you have to have an element of a way to quickly end a turn. That's kind of the argument that's being made. I don't agree with this. I think essentially what Blood Bowl was invented as was a fun sports game, turn-based, that allowed you to play a linear progression of a game that was based on team play and team sport, basically. And I think Blood Bowl 2nd edition hit that exactly on the nose. It's one of the most enjoyable games I've ever played. That might be because I kept winning. Boo! Bifford, hello there, how you doing? It's one of the most enjoyable multiplayer games I've actually ever played. Where's my cam? My cam is not on because well, it's very, very warm in here. I'll let you do the rest of the imagination for yourself. Plus, which my camera's not usually on this one anyway, so there you go. So, I'm very strongly of the opinion that the turnover rule is a bit crap in terms of playing a sports game. It may be a good addition to the game in terms of it being a competitive kind of turn-based strategy game. It's got a place there, but I don't think it's really got a place in the milieu of a sports game, because a turnover in a sports game, or in a game that's essentially based on the idea behind American football, is that the turnover can only happen if there's an intercept or somebody gets the ball off the team, not if somebody gets tackled. I mean, people in American football and in rugby and in other games like that get knocked to the ground all the time, but play continues around them. And that's the key element, is that play continues around them. In this set of rules, then, play does not continue. As soon as the ball gets knocked out of someone's hand and ends up on the ground, or as soon as a person is knocked down by the defending team, then play stops and changes over. Now, in terms of gameplay, I mean, American football's interruptive enough, but in terms of gameplay, that would mean that there would be no way to actually get a run going. So you can spend all the time you want doing your tactics and your strategy and getting everybody into the right part of the pitch. Sorry, it was loud in my ear there. And then it just stops because somebody gets knocked down, which in a game like Blood Bowl, somebody gets knocked down all the time because it's a violent game. And then you're kind of stuck, and that's it. So it's very, very bitty, and there's no flow to it. There's no way to enjoy it as a sport. That's my opinion anyway. Sorry, I'm just loading up the game, so I'll just flip that over and put the sound on. Hang on, I'm just going to disable that for a second.
Welcome back to Cabal Vision HD.
There we go. So, back again. Settings. I'm going to turn this volume down a little bit for myself. That's better. I did say why I was losing the video there, dude. I did tell you why. I was putting my login information in. Back. Okay, so let's do the friendly match thingy. Oh, will we go for the actual campaign mode? Because I've not played it all the way through, so I kind of want to experience it more as a kind of sports on game. So. Sorry, I'm filming my face full of tablets, hang on. None of them want to go down. Yeah, so I have issues with the game. I don't agree with the rule. I don't agree with the turnover rule at all. I understand the concept why it's there. I understand the point of view of all those people on the kind of Games Workshop side who say, oh, stop being a noob.
It's rumoured that Spike magazine editor Yuri Rino actually hates sport and would rather play with action figures instead.
I hope your front door is locked and your phone is switched off. It's match time, and nothing can come in the way of a head coach and his Blood Bowl.
So, let's have a look at a new campaign then.
Good evening to all you Cabal Vision viewers out there in the old world. I hope your crystal ball is fully charged. Not, find yourself a wizard, chain him to it. Because the 25-13 season promises to be one hell of a show. Doesn't it, Bob?
It's meant to be quiet.
Oh, and iron, Jim.
Iron what, Bob? Your shirt?
Chains, Jim. Iron chains for chaining up your wizard. Iron is best. It's harder to enchant than steel or silver. Oh, and don't forget to break their fingers as well.
Thank you, Bob. Yes, fascinating. And we may come back to that later. In the meantime, all you sports fans should keep it here on brand new Cabal Vision HD. But what about all you new viewers who are joining us for the first time? How would you explain a game of Blood Bowl to someone who hasn't experienced the joy and delight of it before, Bob?
Firstly, I'd say, under what toilet in the realm of chaos have you been hiding? Then I'd begrudgingly explain that Blood Bowl is a visceral, violent sport where two teams of players must get an inflated pig bladder or ball across a large field into the opponent's end zone by any means necessary to score a touchdown. The catch? There's only one ball. The opposing team is trying to do exactly the same thing. The match lasts for 2 halves of 8 turns. The team with the most touchdowns wins.
Very nicely summed up, Bob. So, what about the teams? It promises to be an interesting season, especially for the Reichland Reavers. Let's remind us by taking a quick look what happened in their final game last year. let it all go.
He just stands there and lets that block smack him right in the kisser.
They don't seem to see the control. Do they?
No wonder. Only so many double skulls. Fans start betting that load of steaming poop.
Ah, no. That was the Reaver's last public appearance, summing up 10 seasons of decline.
Why haven't they been fired yet, Jim? That's what I can't understand.
The word is, Bob, that J.J. Griswold Jr. hasn't got the cash to replace them.
Yeah? Old Griswold was once said to be even richer than you, Jim. He's now down to his last few pennies after paying the likes of Griff Oberwald his massive wage for several decades. I guess he'll just have to put up with using last season's dregs. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's see how they do in this preseason match.
So I'm in charge of the Reichland Reavers, eh? Interesting. Right, I'm going to actually just go and tweak the sound again. Just give me a second.
You're struggling to get good reception. Are you ready to play? To lick your crystal globes.
Doesn't actually help, but it sure makes a...
I'll do. One broken, you and the frail Carl Eater. So no Griff Oberwald then, despite mentioning him. I see. Money, I've got 190,000. Okay. So what does SPP mean then? Star player points. Okay, I'm not going to do anything else at the moment, I'm just going to play the team I've got. Oh, I can, because maybe that's why I haven't got an option to get in there. Okay, I shall stick. I'm going to put. How many catchers have I actually got? One catcher. Okay, so I'm going to buy a catcher. So I'm going to get that guy. Okay. You're a delight tonight, Bifford. Okay, so that should be a full team. No, that should let us play the match.
Never use the word friendly in connection with Blood Bowl, Jim. You'll end up getting sued for false advertising. Okay, let's take a look.
Good evening, sports fans. Weather is fine, so I'm not going to talk about it again. And we got an interesting match ahead. One where the sides are not even a match. Bob's quite excited, aren't you, Bob?
Thrilled, more like you. I love these uneven games. There's always so much blood.
Yeah, I don't care.
Cubies are a good team. They can pass, catch, hit, and run with the ball. It'll be interesting to see what game they bring today.
Is that... Oh, no, it can't be. In the Reaver's dugout. Isn't that the legendary ex-coach, Helmut Zwinner?
Sure is, Jim. Don't you know? As a favor to JJ, Swimmer's come out of retirement to mentor the new coach for the first few games.
And what about that incident that forced him to leave in the first place?
What? That tabloid sting in '04? Involving a pair of halflings, Jam, and a confused hippogriff? Oh, that was nothing. Nothing was proven, even in retirement. Helmut's continued to be a loyal ally of the Reavers.
Well, he's certainly experienced, Bob. The new head coach should listen to his advice. Those players are very close. Smells like a fight is about to happen. The have possession.
And that's the ball going the wrong way. Handoff followed by a great pass. A classic combination.
And a fly bites the dust. Touchdowns are coming. Studio Wizard has promised me at least one more before the final whistle.
Star player and captain Oswald on the field, Jim. The mighty Bug. Why is he not ripping linemen's heads off their shoulders? Huh? I thought the violence quota was severely down. Why are they not here?
Haven't you heard, Bob? Ever since his men's fragrance Gruff by Griff flopped, he hasn't been seen all off-season. Rumor has it his investors are not happy and want their money back.
I tried some of that scent. What was he thinking? I'm an ogre, and even I couldn't stand the smell. I'd rather take a drag from a goblin's crotch than wear that. What about Zug? Why isn't he here?
Zug's so disgusted with the Reaver's performance of late. But if a Reichland legend like Helmut Zwimmer is back, well, you never know.
I don't like it, Johnny. The whole point of watching the Reavers is the glorious devastation and maiming left in Zug's wake. I love a good maiming, me. Did you know that some cheerleaders get paid more than the players?
Is that a fact? Why?
Well, it's a question of what the fans are looking at. Who would you rather look at?
I'm focusing on how to get a touchdown at the moment.
Not a wise place to end your turn on the border of the pitch. If the player gets pushed into the crowd, well, last time that happened, it took 3 days to piece the body back together.
The thing I would say though, Bifford, is that I'm not actually entirely sure I do yet. I've only played a couple of games the other week, like 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't overly impressed with how the rules worked. And as I've said at the start of the stream, I'm not overly impressed with the turnover concept. It's not the best rule for a game to actually be played, as I understand Blood Bowl as a game. So I have a bit of a problem with essentially how the game is played. I don't fully agree with the rules behind it. So what I want to do though is, rather than say, okay, I don't like it because of the rules, it doesn't use the rule set that I like, and it's not as easy for me to win because I don't understand how the alternatives work. So there's a turnover rule there, how do I overcome that? So what I want to try and do is give the game a bit of a chance and say to it, right, okay, show me why you're a good game, show me why I should like you as a game. Right, now can I get out of his... Or I'll just smack him.
Have you tried?
I'll just smack him.
A sports drink made by a Skaven of Clan Pestilence? No thanks, I'll give it a miss. I may not be the sharpest spike on the armor, but I'm not that stupid.
Fast and impossible to tackle. The fans will love it.
Okay, so my risk is him. I've got 2 guys there who could potentially intercept him. He's a bit of a worry. They're not anything to worry about. He could be a problem. Him I'm worried about. Them I'm worried about, but they might not be able to, once they've got up, they might not have the range. So let's see how that goes.
That's it! Get in their face!
Oh, it's a good one for me. So I think I'm actually good. I think I've actually got myself a touchdown. Now that's doing it without this turnover rule. So any one of those combats that I just had, or any one of those classes I just had, could have been a turnover.
Looks like the Saints are chickened out. That's the only game to win all season,
Well, would you look at that? The Reavers won!
Yeah, but the Saints whipped out early.
Hold on! I have shocking news. JJ has fired the whole Reaver squad.
Not that shocking, Jim. Griswold's having a clear-out before the 25-13 season gets underway. One default win against no-hopers like the Saints ain't gonna cut it. He should have done it sooner.
So if the whole squad's been sacked, where's this new coach going to find his team, Bob?
JJ's a cunning old devil, Jim. My contacts say he can get a whole squad of fresh-faced wannabe new players from the rejects found on that reality Cabal Vision show. Reichland ain't got talent.
Sounds like a risky strategy to me, Bob.
Risky, Jim? I've seen snotlings come up with more competent plans.
Recruit a new team and sign with a sponsor. So now we're into the management side of the game. So yeah, I mean, I want to give it a chance. I mean, one of the things that I do this stream for is to learn different games and have a look at different stuff and actually give it a decent chance. I don't feel that I gave Blood Bowl 2 enough of a chance when I first played it a few weeks ago, because I got right into this whole thing with the turnovers and then thought, you know what, I don't like it. And since then I've kind of thought to myself, well, give it a chance, let's see what sort of game it actually is, and see how it operates under the hood and see what it's like as an actual game to play rather than just something used to fill in a bit of time. I think it's well presented. I think it's a good conversion of the game as it currently stands. I just don't like I don't like the turnover rule. I will be honest about it. I'm not overly keen so far about the narrative part of it, the listen to the constant bantering between those two commentators, which I know is a huge part of the backstory of Blood Bowl anyway. Doesn't translate well into the actual game. I don't want to be sitting listening to them whittering on. It doesn't add anything to the experience, and it gets a bit boring after a while. Elder Scrolls Online, not interested, mate. Not interested at all. Don't know how often I've said to people on this stream, I do not like online games. I do not like multiplayer games. So now I'm building a team. Again, not overly interesting thing to do, but yeah, I can see it being part of what you need to do. So let's go back. So do I have a different set of players for each post? It generates a different set of players every time I do it. Okay, let's go for well, let's start with a blitzer. And then let's go for another blitzer. Let's go for thrower. Another thrower, catcher, another catcher, another lineman, another lineman, another lineman, and a consonant, and a vowel. Let's have an ogre. the blitzer. The lineman. The lineman. Another lineman. Out of cash.
How's this new coach doing so far, Bob?
Well, they managed to put some names in the roster so far, Jim. I wouldn't call them contenders for the
Tap to
Chaos
sign a
Cup just
sponsor.
yet.
Don't forget that to enhance your stadium, it must be of a sufficient size.
Deal's done, contract signed. The Reichland Reavers have a sponsor.
I only hope they read the small print, Bob. I remember
Yes,
I
I have
once
seen the
signed a contract to
update.
Get eternal life.
I was going to address
sounded
it
so
later on,
simple.
and you've beaten me to it.
But the
then.
whole craving blood, dread vampire curse thing, well, that wasn't in 12-point Helvetica, I can tell you.
Yeah, it was one of those. The thing about it is, as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of stuff going on with that I just don't get at all. I mean, for those of you who may be not aware, there's people maybe online, on stream, on YouTube, whoever, who may not know the situation. But essentially, this stream and myself kind of came into the internet through the Elite Dangerous computer game. A company called Spider-Man Games has developed an RPG, as have I, on a separate thing. Plug. I've developed Elite Encounters, which is my my passion for the last 5 years. And Spider-Man have brought out one called the Elite Dangerous role-playing game. Unfortunately, in some ways, they've both come out around about the same time. They have a lot more money behind them. I don't have any money behind me. Blah blah blah. But they've brought out that RPG. They've now brought out another Kickstarter to fund a game called Elite Dangerous Battle Cards. Now, both their RPG and the Battle Cards game have been hit with copyright infringement suit. They sorted it all out through Kickstarter for the RPG last year, and now that they've done the Elite Dangerous Battle Cards game on Kickstarter, it has been hit again. So it's been down for about 2 months, pending something. And I've known what's been going on with this for a while. I also have a very solid idea who it is that's behind it, although no names have been mentioned by anyone, so I'm not going to say. But let's just say that it's someone I have met in my life. It's a little bit boring nowadays, because essentially the gist of the message that Spider-Man sent out today is that they're not back up and running. It's been 2 months. They're essentially they've essentially got the backing of Frontier. Frontier's let them use their legal backing in order to try and take a look at it. They're trying to follow DMCA legislation. They've got all the support they need, and they've asked very nicely, apparently, for the people who have made this copyright claim to prove the claim that they have. Now, essentially, they haven't actually provided any proof whatsoever that they have any intellectual property claim against it. They don't really have any kind of official standpoint, these strange people, as to what's actually under dispute. Apparently it's just the title of the game apparently is the problem, which isn't something you can copyright. A name isn't something you can copyright. A property is something you can copyright. If something has been done based on that copyright that infringes a previous copyright agreement, then you've got a leg to stand on. But essentially, as with what happened last year with the EDRPG, they're not sending any proof in. So even if they do have a valid standpoint, which I don't know, I have an opinion on it based on what I've seen, but I'm not going to go into that now. But essentially, if they have a leg to stand on, then they should be submitting that information to Kickstarter or to the lawyers to actually have it sorted out. But they're sending nothing. So what frustrates me about it more than anything else, now, as I say, I mean, okay, Spider-Man games and I are in competition with each other in terms of the RPGs that we both have, which are based on the same game and so on. But I've always said I don't hold any ill will to them at all. And there is something in the background there that I have an issue with, but that's nothing to do with the guys that have put the RPG out itself. What pisses me off is that essentially there's this old battle going on where people just want to bark around the corner and not actually make a confrontation, and they want to just try and go around the back doors and try and convince everybody else that everybody's against them and that they've got a right to do this and that and the other, and all they deserve is to be recognised and all that kind of stuff. But they won't actually put their money where their mouth is and actually give the stuff that they've got over to be analysed and checked through and actually done. It's literally like what I said it is. It's like a dog barking behind a gate at another dog, but doesn't actually have the guts to lift a paw and take the hinge down and burst through and actually maul something. It's airy-fairy bitchy behaviour, which is, the people involved here are better than that crap, surely. I mean, they're grown men, for fuck's sake. If they're going to do something like this, if they're going to put something against copyright law, then for fuck's sake, do something with it. For fuck's sake, actually make your point. Put your cards on the table, finish the battle, and actually see if you've got a leg to stand on. But I just get this feeling that they take it to number 9 on the dial, and then they say, and then they think to themselves, oh well, maybe we don't actually have a right, or maybe we don't actually have a leg to stand on, and then just back completely down or just go silent, and it's pathetic. It's like, it's all mouth but no trousers, and that's what pissed me off last year about it. Is that, I mean, thankfully, I think I've actually got as much. I'm as much in the firing line for this kind of claim as Spider-Man games are, because obviously my game deals with the same IP, my RPG deals with the same IP. So why have I not been hit with this crap? I don't know. I honestly don't know why. But I haven't, and I'm thankful for that. And obviously the people involved in this, if it's who I think it is, then I thank you for the fact that you obviously respect the fact that I seem to have respected your IP in some way more than what Elite Dangerous battle cards and Spider-Man games have done. So yeah, thanks for that. But if you have got a point, if you have got a leg to stand on and you have got something to do, I appeal to you people to take it to the conclusion, take it to the end, submit what you've got. Because if what you've got is legitimate, and bear in mind here that I have seen this stuff, if what you've got is legitimate, then put it on the fucking table. At least have it there for discussion. If you haven't got that stuff in reality, if you're not confident that what you've got is enough to give you the IP back, then fucking stop it, because it's not going to work. Frontier have what they believe are the entire full rights to everything to do with Elite Dangerous. It's their game, they developed it, they own it, they say they can prove it, and they're very confident. I mean, from what the message says, obviously they've put their legal teams behind Spider-Man games and have said, fine, go to war. And now the people who are actually trying to cross the border illegally are now saying, oh, you know what, let's just hide. Let's just hide in a box. Let's just climb into our ammo crates or into our little trains and cars and just hide until everyone goes away. And that's pretty sad. To have done that once is a bit sad. To do it twice is pathetic. So if you're watching this, or you ever watch this, and I'm glad actually Biffa brought it out as early as he did, because I was going to bring this up later on, but bringing it up earlier on hopefully makes it more likely to be addressed in the video, or read before somebody gets bored of this video and fucks off. I mean, if you are watching this, then get in touch, have a chat with me about it, and if you do want to carry on, then that's your choice to do it. I'm not going to give you any back or forward or up or down opinion on the matter. As far as I'm concerned, if you think you've got a legal right to do something, then you have got the right to make that claim and try to get what you think you need to get. So do it. Just bloody well do it. Stop faffing around. Stop just... I don't know how to put it any better than that. I mean, you've now twice tried to do this. You've been harping at the back of this for the last 5 years. And I don't know why you aren't taking it to the logical conclusion. I don't know why you're not given... I just don't. It beggars belief, and it does. I mean, I'll be honest, it does annoy me because this stuff needs to be put to bed. It needs to have a line drawn under it because it is getting to the point where it's getting boring. This on and off, back and forward crap has gone on now for 20 odd years, if not longer, and it's getting to the point where no one really cares anymore, and that's the saddest thing I can say about it. And it's not that I'm angry about that, or I think you don't, or you think you shouldn't do this. And I'm addressing the two of you specifically at this point. In that if it is the two of you, or if it's one or the other of you, or whatever, then do it. Make the claim, substantiate your claim, put it through, and get it sorted. Frontier have always been, and this is the thing I cannot stress enough, is that whatever issues I have with Frontier and the way that they've done things and the way that they've treated me in the last couple of years is beside the point. That is off to one side completely. As far as I'm concerned, when it came to the copyright claims that were potentially being made against some of the elite stuff that was getting done through the Kickstarter and through the writers packs and so on, Frontier stood by me. Frontier had my back the entire time, and they were utterly 100% confident at that point that they had 100% rights to allow me to do the book that I was doing, same as everybody else. They are confident in what they've got. If you people or person or whoever believe differently and have evidence to support that, give it to Frontier, discuss the situation with Frontier and put everything on the table. But you will not speak to Frontier, will you? You want to keep on sniping around the edges of everybody, nipping at everybody's heels and doing the whole Soviet spy thing and trying to go to their allies and people in the background and people that actually don't really have any say or any kind of opinion as such on what Frontier can and can't do with what they say is their IP. It needs to be sorted. It needs to have a line drawn under it. Now what you need to do is basically give them the box of information you've got, or the folder of information you've got, or the packet of information that you've got, or the single sheet of information you've got. Whatever it is you've actually got that you feel proves that you have a right to claim copyright infringement on Frontier developments, give it to the lawyers, that the lawyers discuss it, that the lawyers sort it out, and then move on. And if you're told no, if you're told that you don't have a claim, that it's not valid, then fine. Put it to bed, move on, because this fucking stuff is destroying you all. You're better than this. I've met you. I know you. I don't know you particularly well, but I do know the situation that you're in, and believe me, you need to move on. Anyway, I've had my say. I've said this in very small ways in other places before, but to be honest, I am sick of it. Much as I am jealous of what of what EDRPG is and what the ED battle cards are and the direction that Spider-Mind have gone, and they've basically taken the stuff that I wanted to do and done it, that's my fault. That's not their fault. They saw an opportunity and they grabbed it. As far as I'm concerned, the Elite Encounters RPG was always going to happen. It took a lot longer than I thought, but it came out and it's fucking awesome and people like it, and I do appreciate that. And everybody who's actually pushed it out there or helped me with it or done anything with it for me, I do appreciate it. Bifford, you're sitting in there in chat, you are one of the main people that drove this project, and you are a fucking awesome guy. Colin Ford, John Hoggard, Drew Wagar, Ed Lewis, Michael Brooks, Jocasta, whose second name I cannot remember, I do apologise if you're listening, you're probably not. Zach Antonacci, the people at Frontier who were behind this game, let me do it and actually supported me through the whole development of it. You people are amazing, and that's what our thing does. But EDRPG, Spider-Man games, they got the push behind it, they got the finance behind it, they got Frontier more behind it than they were behind me, and they pushed it forward, and they've managed to go majorly wide with it, and I've had nothing but issues over the last couple of years trying to get this thing done, to the point where I'm actually threatening now to take somebody to court for this crap. So I am pissed off about the situation that I'm in, but I don't hold any of that crap against EDRPG or Spider-Man games, John, Oliver, any of them lot. They've done a fucking good product. Fucking good product, and the book itself is lovely, the RPG is lovely, the game system is very good, the content in the book is good, and the stuff that they're doing as supplementary products for it, because they've got a better license than me, it's amazing. So yeah, although Elite Encounters is awesome and you should all buy a copy if you're watching, go and buy EDRPG as well, because it is a fully licensed approved product, even though some mysterious parties have tried to get it taken down again for apparently no reason, because they're not backing up their claims, which is a bit sad, really. So, enough said. Let's move on, which is what they need to do. There's bigger fish in the sea, and to be quite honest, although the Elite Universe and the Elite Dangerous and just Elite in general has been part and parcel of my life now for 30 years, and you guys are pissing all over it, to be frank, you people who are doing this IP stuff. I understand you think you've got rights, you've got IP, that's fine, prove it. Because the one thing I will say is something that I've said before, is that as far as I'm concerned, the Elite community does have respect for everybody involved with the creation of Elite. Everything that went into that game, everybody knows who did what, everybody knows how it came about. The story has been told several million times on TV, on games, in interviews, in magazines, and newspapers, and whatever else. Everybody knows the names involved, everybody knows who done what, and everybody knows where it came from. So anybody who has any copyright claim or credit as creator or co-creator or developer or designer or God, even conceptualizer or even author of the books, everybody knows who did what. You have the recognition, you have that, and if you made a mistake with what you put into a lawyer's folder years and years and years ago, then fine. You're just going to have to live with it. We all make mistakes, we all do things that we shouldn't have done, and then find out we should have done it a hell of a lot differently. I've been there myself, I'm there right now. But if any of this is offensive to anyone, including the people who are involved with this situation, then I do apologise. It's not my intent to be offensive, but it is my intent to try and get across to you in the plain, simple way that I always talk, that it's gone on long enough, it's not helping any situations anywhere, it's not helping anyone, and it must be having an effect on people's mental health at this point in time, because I'm not even involved close with the situation and it's pissing the fuck out of me. I mean, I probably could be easily involved with it on a very close level by having the same kind of stuff chucked against me. I haven't yet. For what reason, I don't know. And I hope I don't, because if I do, it'll be very annoying. I will have absolutely no worry, because as far as I'm concerned, the license I hold with Frontier is ironclad. And if anything does come of it, I'm sure Frontier will have my back again. But just Jesus, people, Frontier wanted to talk about it 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You had the chance then to sort it out, but you refused to get into a room. I even played the naive intermediary, getting involved with the situation. It was fuck all to do with me. And I pushed back every single message I got from Frontier in terms of what to do and try and sort the situation out. And there was one side of that conversation that did not capitulate and did not get involved and refused to even speak to people. So, you know, you had your chance. More than once. You had your chance last year to put your cards on the table You didn't do it. You've got the chance now. You've dragged it on for 2 months without doing anything. So either put your cards on the table now, send the information across, share the documentation with your lawyers, and get it sorted out. Otherwise, just fucking quit it. Please, for fuck's sake. Right, anyway. Enough of that, getting myself into trouble by saying too much in honest fashion again. Right, I've got players.
Is like a
I've got a
second
club.
home for a team.
My team is ready. They're not particularly good, but they're thingy. So, what do I click on now? I click on that. We're playing the Death's Heads. Let's see what we can do. And this is probably going to be something I'm going to take it into the thing.
Snotling in a pump wagon, Jim. If the rumors are
Right,
true,
can't be arsed.
Reaver.
Gone are the days when any tug.
Oh, you can skip it. Thank God for that.
Welcome back to Cabal Vision HD.
It's Cable Vision.
It's orcs versus humans. Greenskins versus men. An endearing lineup.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Oh, come on, really?
But it's okay. Some say it's perfect for playing the Blood Bowl in. I call it dull.
orcs are hard, brutal opponents. You can also handle them all.
Be smarter or stronger. That's the way to beat the green.
In this game, it's the block. Right. You can grab the ball. Not looking at fumbles as of yet, which is fine. We have a catcher there who I'm going to send that to. Please catch it, please catch it, please catch it.
Hey, they're
Yep,
moving
no
the ball
fumbles.
really well.
Now he can run. So, if I club that guy. Oh, no, that is not what I wanted to do. I don't think. No, I didn't. Let's go with the ball. That was a bit stupid, wasn't it?
There's the ball carrier.
It's in. Oh dear. It's all gone horribly wrong.
Priest balls would struggle to dodge through that defensive lineup.
Oh dear. It's all going horribly wrong. Just because we used the wrong bloody player.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
The player's fist is approximately the same size as his entire opponent. Smack! Oh, that's a good. Now, can they capitalize on this?
Nice. Right, not ideal. So he has the ball, and he's kind of way too close to him, but let's see what happens.
Get next to the ball carrier so you can block him. And if that doesn't work, stab him in the face. Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Another player on the ground. The coach will be spitting teeth at this.
Well, that was a lucky escape. Okay, so now he's in the square where he is. So I want to try and get him out the way. That's a good one. I like that.
It's like putting it under. Remove the layer before you get to the good stuff.
So that's good. That pushes him out the way. That means he has now got a clear run to the end zone. So mega. So now I've got the chance without having to worry about turnovers. Let's just kick some ass.
Two big goons that get together and fall on you. It can really hurt.
Sometimes the underdog wins the fight. I wasn't expecting that, and by the looks of things, neither were they.
Ow. Right.
Save yourselves! Fast. If they keep doing that, we'll be in double figures by the end of the second half. Normally, the fans are quite fearless. It takes them at least 3 to 4 games to get them properly psychotic.
Chris Viking, hello.
Hey, Jim, who's that weasel kid hanging around the Reaver's dugout, staring daggers into the back of the coach?
You mean the goblin? The little fellow? I think that's the new assistant. Rumor has it, he used to work at Parstown.
A goblin working for a Yumi team? Looks like these sponsors, these bell polishers want more than just the name on the kit, Jim. It's every coach's worst nightmare when the sponsor wants to be involved. Bell polishing cream. It's a strange choice of sponsor, Jim. I'll give you that. With Orchidas, McMurdy's, Bank of Altdorf, even Bloodweiser. None of the big corporations were interested. JJ took the only offer he could.
But now they've got financial backing, they can qualify for the new NAF. So here we are. Let's see how they do. Ha! Spring in their step this time, perhaps?
Damn.
Will the big one manage to lay out an opponent of half his strength?
Count those teeth, Jim. They'll have to pick up most of them off the ground in a few seconds' time.
Okay, so he's a lineman, so I'm going to leave him where he is. He's a catcher, so I'm going to send him a bit further up the field to do his job. And also be ready to smack him if he gets up. Catcher versus blitzer, that's going to be fun. Okay, so that's about all I can do right now.
He'll get an assist now. The attacker has an assist.
Ow.
Whoops! Down we go!
All this focus on the ball is against the spirit of the game. Give me more random violence. Of a bang!
I don't rate that player's chances of still standing at the start of the next turn. If they are, then we may see a touchdown.
No.
can be so overrated. There's always room in sport to have scrap like this. With arms like tree trunks, there was only going to be one result in that.
So that's the interesting thing about this game is that this part of it, this without the turnover, this flows very much like I remember Blood Bowl actually playing. So I'm quite enjoying this part of it because it flows smoothly. You can get a play going, and it seems like you've got some control over what's actually happening. Again, I'm doing quite well, so it's quite good. Now I want to try and get him over there. Can I get past him? Let's try it. Yes! Right, now I've got somebody in the way who's going to get in between them. We'll pick him up. We can indeed. Can I get him over there? Yes, I can. So I've got cover for the catcher. Let's just try and kick his ass. Nope, that didn't work at all. Now. So that worked quite well. We're inches away from a touchdown, and I don't think anyone can reach him.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
Ow.
If the player is pushed here, it will finish in the public. And in general, fans are much more dangerous than players. It reminds me of the famous story of Nurgling and the Great Unclean. But this time, no miracles.
Oh crap. Oh, got a block through. That's handy. Ah, I've learned something else today. Where'd it go? Holy crap. So, thrower, just gonna attack him. Just a push back. That'll do.
He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
In these conditions, it's just crazy!
Oh crap. So that'd be a turnover then, wouldn't it? Which wouldn't be fair because that guy's now sitting there able to do that, and if a turnover, well, all that's meant to be going on at the same time.
One thing to say to the losing side. Hello? Defense, anybody?
2 is much better than the Blood Bowl 1. I would say it's a nice game. I do like it. It's well presented. I like the representation of the teams, but I don't think it's got a lot. It doesn't. It is a conversion of the board game into a computer game. I don't think it's particularly advanced in the way it does it.
Instigating it. That big fellow wearing the suit and the shades.
Oh, that's one of the Kabasi brothers. You don't mess with them, Chum. Not unless you want your vital bits pulled off and eaten in front of your wife. They're not the cuddly type of ogre like Morgan Thorne. You won't see them on the front of the cereal box or doing road safety commercials.
Well, would the Kabasi brothers investors in Griff's failed aftershave emporium?
Griff screwed over the Kabasi brothers? What are they hiding?
It's a tempting thing, isn't it? Shall I just go and try and kick his ass?
Put some pressure on the ball carrier. Move quicker! They've left the ball carrier exposed.
Booyah!
Could be a counter-strike.
That there's a little short. Oh no, my mistake. He's on the ground. That player can move over a third of the field in one burst of speed. Gods, that's fast.
So they're all stunned, so... you dead? Okay, so there is a risk that he may be able to get all the way around, but let's see what happens.
Move right next to a teammate.
Okay. He's the only risk now then. Although they may get up, that could be quite worrying. Oh crap. That's bad. Oh no, he's not moving.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
Look at them twinkle toes there.
Stupid to trip up like that. Bad for your pride.
Okay, this is actually looking like it might work. Okay, so let's just go straight for it and not muck about. So let's go and try and kick his ass. Oh, that's not good.
These guys can't take it. That wouldn't have happened in my day, Jim.
Now is where it gets a bit dodgy. Oh, yes. Make your roll, make your roll, make your roll. Booyah!
That was quite the sprint. Several potential tripping hazards to get that touchdown. We're at the halfway point in the game. If the losers are gonna make a move, they need to do it now.
Despite being in the lead, this team now has to kick the ball to the losing squad.
They'll want to get it back as soon as they can. Gone into the opponent's tackle zone. Should be good.
That player is looking rather smug for remaining upright. Pride comes before the fall.
Now that's interesting. Didn't throw the ball. The interesting thing is, do I wait until he throws the ball and then just concentrate on smacking people?
Going to be decisive.
Can't reach him, that's the problem.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
He hit him so hard, he merged into one player. Right. Okay, so let's go for him. Damn.
That team should avoid physical confrontation.
Really?
Just getting bored.
that did not go well.
They'll need to get rid of the ball now there's pressure on them.
Okay, can't really do anyone else, so let's move him to there. Let's move him over there as well. And we'll move him up in the middle. And that should cover off some of the main avenues. There is a gap there. But they both have to get one there, so let's see what happens there.
Haha, here's some friends. Come on, guys, together.
Ow.
Unity is strength.
Ow.
Big guy.
That's not fair. I'm on a kill. No!
How are they going to catch or run this ball? They're constantly grinding around on the ground.
That's only half time. Bloody hell.
The goblins got the ball. This should be good for a laugh.
That's quite a mismatch, Bob.
I know. That weedy fella's gonna get splatted. Oh, I'm excited, Jim.
Let's see what the other side can do.
Ow! Oh. other thing I'll say actually as well is that the blitz rule, so you can only have one blitz per turn, is a bit restrictive.
Now that's a holding maneuver, if ever I saw one.
That's an interesting move. I hope he's going to throw that. He's not, so he's gone circle. So he's basically put himself into a very bad position there.
The players arrive to assist their teammate.
Well, that's a blitzer. He's just moved right next to a blitzer.
They're going for the ball. That's the way. Get him early.
All right, Beth. Take care then. Have a wonderful evening. Yeah, we have a Discord channel, everyone. Not big into Discord as much as some people might be, but it's certainly an interesting thing to use. Please don't hit him. Oh shit.
Very nice.
There you go.
If they were vulgar enough, the player could spit into the end zone.
Nice run.
Pretty risky action, Bob. Shake things up.
Yeah, it was worth a try. Alright.
That player is about to get punched above and below the belt. At the same time.
Ouch. Yes, I'm not surprised.
Down we go. Remember, you need balls to score.
If the Reavers are to make a comeback, then this is the season to do it. Cabal Vision HD has got the match-going public interested in Blood Bowl again. Ratings are up.
My ratings are up, Jim? Oh, that's brilliant news. I can afford that warpstone tooth now. Your dental plans are so expensive.
That's the ratings means more cash. We all know the team is stony broke. An influx of gold pieces into the game this season could help the Reichland Reavers.
Please make the dodge. Please make the dodge. Yes.
Like crippling halflings, Jim? Because that's fun.
Sadly, no.
Oh, well, I don't know much about it. What I do know is that without a sponsor, the Reavers won't be able to play in the new
Nice.
console system all the other teams have signed up to. They better keep those bell polishers happy.
Right. Now, just let's go for the touchdown.
Here's the touchdown. Could protect them from a comeback. This might be it. Important thing, gotta keep possession of the ball and not lose it. Strike back would be terrible.
Just tanked himself
Going to be
again.
decisive. Fancy being struck by those fists either.
Knuckles, balls, Jim. They're going for the ball. It was time. Not far from the end zone.
The other player stood relaxed.
With such easy prey, I may swoop down myself. That's fine. The bigger they are,
The harder they punch.
With arms like Patriots, there was only going to be one result in that. He's sprinting. Let's hope it's going to be okay.
Okay, so he's got the ball. They're hoping there's the only person that's in the way. That guy's stunned. That guy's down. He's in the way. They could go wrong. Let's see what happens.
Safety in numbers. I like this. The dunk is about to hit the fan.
That player is about to get punched above and below the belt at the same time.
Okay.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
One less obstacle for the ball carrier. 10.
Need to play it safe.
Go big guy. Trample all over.
It reminds me of the famous story of Nurgling and the Great Unclean. But this time, no miracles.
Up and down again. Right. I don't actually think anyone can reach me now, so
More
I
the
think he might be
merrier.
dead. And he might be dead.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich. And so am I. One more step.
I'm just going to go for it.
This looks like the end. They can't catch up such a big gap.
Possession is the key to winning. Must drive the coach crazy, as his teammate has kicked it away. creature's pretty hard to tackle, you know. And it can be thrown by a troll. Doesn't really work often, but it's funny. Wait a minute. Reavers have got a sponsor, and they can use their home stadium, the famous Altdorf Old Bowl. Why ain't they there?
It's not there anymore, Bob. When the Reavers got kicked out of the stadium back in '09 due to crippling debt, some property company called Under Empire Limited took it over and promptly dug up the astrogranite so that they could repaint the surface or something. It hasn't been used for Blood Bowl for several seasons now. There are rumors going around it's going to be rather a nice estate with good transport link, a community centre, and a pretty park for the children. Unity is strength. Ouch!
Oops.
That must have hurt. They're getting up close and personal, Bob.
You need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
That's going to cost. Now it's the other team's turn.
There's nothing better than hitting someone smaller than you, Jim.
Smack!
Let's go for it. Booyah!
Dropping like flies,
Oh.
Jim.
I don't know what the red dice mean.
That last burst of speed. It's risky.
It's the last turn, so not really much to lose. Just going to batter the shit out of this little
This
guy.
could be a sack. I love it when that happens. But I gotta break in. This is gonna get exciting.
No, can I get anyone to the ball? Try.
A touchdown is so close, and yet so far.
After that match, I need to change my undergarments. Constitution.
Yeah, do your consta whatever.
Well, that was a good start to the Reaver's season.
I'm mildly impressed, Jim. But has the coach got what it takes when Swimmer shuffles back off to retirement? And now the Kabasi brothers are on the case. They're gonna target the Reavers until Griff comes out of hiding.
Which makes it all great viewing for us, Bob. Right. The feedback on anti-social media network Twitter is that we've talked a lot about the Reavers. And some viewers want to know about the other teams.
It's a mixed bag, Jim. Cal Die are the ones to watch. Still led by that craggy old orc, Farah Ghoul-Chewer. The Warhammers are consistently good, and the Skaven Blight Scramblers have been... okay. If I was a betting ogre, and I am, then I'd splash the cash on the Nagaroth Nightmares. I've heard from insiders in their camp. Their new training regime is murder. Quite literally murder. And it's made them thirsty for more on the Blood Bowl field.
Thanks, Bob. If you would like to join in the conversation, then we have all the tools of anti-social media at our disposal, including Facetome and Twerper. Reavers fans, please send us your thoughts and theories on the latest developments, and we'll show some of these twerps live on air. You can find us on our Twerper feed at Jim and Bob #ComebackGriff.
I can't wait to see these twerps, Jim. If Blood Bowl fans have taught me just one thing, it's that everyone has an opinion.
I'm sure their views will all be fair and balanced, Bob.
Don't say fair and balanced around me, Jim. You know I used to work for the Wolf Network. Still gives me nightmares.
Well, so there you go. Alright, it's been a quiet stream tonight. There's not been a lot of viewers on. I want to thank Biff for watching. I want to thank Chris Viking for watching. And I hope you've enjoyed this little look a bit deeper into Blood Bowl 2. I didn't really give it much of a chance on the stream 2 weeks ago. So I thought I'd give it a chance tonight. And I have to say, after a couple of hours of sticking it out and having a go and just seeing what it plays like, I agree with Biff on this one. It's not great. I don't think it's entertaining to play as something for other people to watch. So playing it on stream is probably not something I'm going to do again. As a game in its own right, up till now, with the 2 introductory games as part of obviously a tutorial mode, without the turnovers, it plays quite well. You get a good flow for the game going. You can get plays moving. I think the AI needs a bit of work. But then I think I'm starting with some bottom range teams at the moment, so I would assume it's going to rank up. So my star rating's 1000. The next team I'm going to play, looking at the screen there, is 970. So it looks like it could be a slightly more even match with slightly better AI, because obviously the two teams I've played so far, the AI was a bit shit. But in terms of the gameplay, that, as I've played tonight, was more what I remember Blood Bowl being like. You grab the ball, you run for it, you smack people around the face, and you carry on. As a miniatures game, I think it works very well. As a computer game, rendered in the style of a board game, I think it works well as a board game. So I think playing it as a board game online or with friends or whatever would work well. But as a computer game, I think it reminds me a lot of Battle Chess. So you make your move, and then you have an animation that plays out. But you've got to wait for that animation to play out before you can carry on with the rest of the game, and that ends up taking more time than playing the actual game itself. And then you've got to wait for the dice rolls to come out. I think the mechanic for it is pretty good. Hey, Detrick, how you doing? You've just caught me as I'm finishing, which is typical. Typical. Yeah, so it plays like a Warhammer game, it plays like a Blood Bowl game. You have to sit through the animations every single time, and it doesn't really make a lot of the rules clear at this stage. I don't know if it's going to come a little bit clearer later on, but it was okay. I would say I'll give it 50-50, as it's something I would play again off stream. I don't think I'll play it again on stream, as I said, but off stream I might give it a go and just go through the campaign and see what happens. and we'll see how this turnover rule applies. Obviously haven't... Oh, thanks Dietrich, appreciate it. I shall pass that on with him. Pass that on to him. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know. Is it something I'll play on the stream again? I don't feel that I've really gone into the turnover mode, which was the point of tonight's session, because it hasn't brought that mode back up yet. So I don't know whether I'll have another look at it and see what happens later on. But I'm about 90% certain I'm not going to do it on stream anyway. But it's a lovely recreation of Blood Bowl. It's atmospheric. It's got all the little touches and twists and comedy in it that make Blood Bowl Blood Bowl. But there's just something missing. I don't know what, and I don't actually know how to describe it. It's a bit boring to play, and it doesn't fill me full of that happiness that the original Blood Bowl game gave me. And I think it's because of the slightly strange rules and the special dice. And I think the more complicated you make a game, the more you take it away from just a core roll some dice and get the numbers right. The more you take away from that, the more it seems to be a bit forced. I loved the original Blood Bowl because it was just D6s, anyone could play it. Grab a few counters, grab a couple of D6s and you can have a game. And I actually did create a pocket version of Blood Bowl with just 2 mini D6s. Maggie Buttons wants a talking to. So is the character wanting a talking to, or is Buttons herself wanting a talking to? Or is she actually wanting to talk to Carson? Because believe me, Carson wants to speak to her as well. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to call it a night this evening. It's been fun playing this game. I've rather enjoyed it. It's been a bit quieter than I thought, apart from the last 2 minutes when somebody pops in. But yeah, this week, as just hinted at by Dietrich there, hopefully our RPG session, Elite Encounters the Ascended, by Chaos Dispenser, will be on this weekend. I don't have anything on as far as I'm aware. I just need to check in with the other guys and find out. But keep an eye on the Twitter and the Facebook at Selezen and Selezen Lake on Facebook for any updates on it, and I'll let you know what's happening. Yeah, and then next week. Wait a minute, how many Wednesdays have we got? We're on week 4 now, aren't we? Right, we're on to week 1, so it's Space Day next week. So we were looking at one of the many space games I have. So we're looking at something like Elite Dangerous, or what else? No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, Stellaris, any of those kind of things. If anybody has any preference to what we actually play, then please ping me a message on YouTube or ping me a message on Facebook or Twitter, and I shall certainly consider that as something we can actually have a go at playing. The one thing I will say is that I do believe the next chapter of Elite Dangerous is out on the 28th, which is Saturday, I believe. So it's entirely possible that the Space Day stream on Wednesday... Oh, excuse me. It's entirely possible that the Space Day stream on Wednesday could be devoted to Elite Dangerous' new updates. I don't actually know, because to be honest, I'm not sure. We'll see. I might actually have a look at it earlier than that, but we'll see what happens over the next few days. So, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Please everyone have a great night, have a great week. I'm going to go back and I'm actually going to quit this for the moment. If I can. Quit the game. Yeah, just to get rid of the bloody noise basically. Studio mode off, into the intro. Right, thanks for the strum. You can have a strum anytime you want, the trick, you know that. Yes, so if I don't see you on Sunday at 3 PM UK time, 10 AM Eastern Standard Time, then I will see you next Wednesday at 8 PM for Space Day. Have a great week everyone. Thank you for watching. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, I hope you've enjoyed it. Those of you who are Elite Dangerous fans who may still be watching at this point, Dietrich, no one in particular, once this goes up as a VOD, you might want to watch from about half an hour in, because I do go into a little bit of Elite Dangerous stuff that's been happening lately, and you might find it interesting. And if you do find it interesting and you have a listen, then by all means give me a ping or a Facebook message or something, and let me know what you think, because I do rant a little bit there. Right, I shall go and let the dog out now. There's one side effect of my son being at university is that I now have to do everything myself. So I have to look after the wife and look after the dog, and do all that while I stream. It's great, isn't it? Marvellous. Okay, take care everyone, have a great week. See you next week.